2 weeks after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, we are taking another look at what this means for Michiganders. Kent County's prosecutor said again today he will uphold that 1931 law. 13 on your side's Keely Lovern joins us now with the latest. Keely.
Well, Juliet, at this point, the president's executive order will not have any impact on the legality of abortion procedures here in Michigan. A court order is preventing the law from the early 20th century from taking effect. It was passed in 1931 and bans abortions in Michigan, but has been unenforceable since the Supreme Court ruled on Roe v. Wade in 1973. And although the Supreme Court has ruled to overturn that decision, that old law isn't going into effect quite yet, because in May, a state judge granted a preliminary injunction in a lawsuit brought by Planned Parenthood, claiming that the 1931 law is unconstitutional. Now, that temporarily blocks the abortion ban from going into effect until the lawsuit is decided. But Kent County Prosecutor Chris Becker has publicly stated through his lawyer that he is not bound by that preliminary injunction and could still enforce the law.
Every case is different, so that's why I don't preemptively say this is what I'm going to charge, this is what I'm not going to charge. Basically, I'm going to take a look at the law. The law says, in terms of abortion, if anybody gives anything to provide an abortion and it is not done to save the life of the mother, that's what the law states right now. And I would take a look at that, take a look at the case law that's out there. There's not a whole lot at this point in time, but that's what I would examine whether to decide to file charges or not. And that's kind of what we do with any case.
Under the 1931 law, almost all abortions would be considered a felony with a possible penalty of up to 4 years in prison. Both doctors who assisted abortions and pregnant people who used medication for self-abortions could be charged. It does not grant exceptions in cases of rape or incest. It does, however, grant exceptions to preserve the life of the mother, but many are still not exactly sure what that means. So again, abortion still legal in Michigan while the lawsuit is pending, awaiting a decision. Emergency contraception is also still legal here in Michigan and not subject to any of the changes after the decision in Roe, as it is an entirely different medication.